Welcome, God's chosen ones. Today, let's take a moment to embrace a truth that sets you apart from everyone else in the world. The devil, with all his strategies and forces, is not as powerful as he wants you to believe. When it comes to you, he trembles. Yes, you heard that right. The devil himself shakes with fear at the sight of a chosen one. While many people live in constant fear of unseen forces, worrying about what darkness might bring, you hold something far greater, a destiny sealed by God himself. This isn't an ordinary life you're living. It's a divine appointment, safeguarded by a protection so impenetrable that even the highest-ranking demon wouldn't dare lay a finger on you. To those who have gone the extra mile by supporting this channel through Super Thanks, I am deeply humbled and grateful. Your generosity uplifts this message, helping to spread God's word to countless others who need it most. You are truly making a difference, and I cannot thank you enough for being part of this journey. For those who feel the power of this message in your spirit, declare your faith boldly in the comments by typing 77. Stand firm in the knowledge that you are chosen, protected, and unstoppable under the mighty hand of God. But let me ask you this: have you ever wondered why, in the midst of life's storms, you keep standing tall? Why, no matter what plans the enemy has formed against you, they crumble to pieces before they can even touch you? Why the people who once sought to harm you are left frustrated and powerless? It's not luck, and it's not coincidence. It's God's divine protection at work in your life, a shield so powerful that even the gates of hell cannot prevail against it. Imagine your enemies watching in disbelief as every attempt to bring you down fails. Imagine their confusion as they realize you are surrounded by a force they cannot overcome. But there's even more to this story. Why has God chosen you for this extraordinary protection? Why do you carry this divine seal when so many others falter? The answer lies not only in his unfailing love for you, but in the powerful purpose he has set for your life. Let's dive deeper into this revelation and uncover the unstoppable plan God has placed over you. It's time to understand why even the greatest forces of darkness are powerless against you. God's chosen ones, even the top demon, can't touch you. God sealed your destiny with divine protection. At number 1, your soul vibrates on a frequency that demons simply can't perceive or comprehend. As a chosen one, you exist on an entirely different level of being, one that is so high, dark forces can't even begin to understand it. Imagine trying to tune into a radio station that isn't on any of the frequencies they know. This is exactly what it's like for demons when they attempt to target you. They operate on low frequencies, feeding off of fear, doubt, and negativity. These are the things that give them power. But your soul, chosen one, vibrates at such a high frequency that it's like an invisible force field. Something so far beyond their reach that they can't even locate you, let alone come close enough to harm you. It's as though you are operating in a spiritual realm they simply cannot access. They may try to manipulate others to spread their darkness, but when it comes to you, they are powerless. It's not just about your ability to defend yourself. It's that they can't even get a grip on your essence. To them, you are like a walking enigma, a mystery that keeps them at bay. In the Bible, we see this concept reflected in the story of Job. Even when Satan was allowed to test him, there was a clear limit to the harm he could do. Job's faith and God's protection were so great that no matter how hard Satan tried, he could not defeat him. This illustrates a profound truth. When you're chosen and under God's divine protection, there's a wall of spiritual energy around you, impenetrable and strong. This protective energy is not just a shield, it's a force that baffles and even scares the enemy. Demons by nature thrive in darkness, using ignorance, fear, and confusion to fuel their power. But you, as a chosen one, are a beacon of light. Your very existence casts light into the dark places where they dwell, and that light exposes their lies and weaknesses. Have you ever wondered why some attacks seem to just bounce off of you without leaving a mark? That's not just protection, that's divine elevation. You've been placed on a higher plane, so high that no matter how hard the enemy tries, they are kept at a distance. Your strength is in your light, and it's something they simply cannot fathom. It's not just about being untouchable. It's about being so far beyond their understanding that they have no idea how to fight you. They are trapped in their own limitations, powerless against what they cannot see or understand. The Bible tells us in Ephesians 6:12 that our battle is not against flesh and blood, but against spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. This is exactly the realm in which you now dwell, so far beyond the reach of darkness. Demons are left confused and powerless. They are like shadowy figures in a world they can no longer manipulate, trying in vain to even get close to you. When you realize this truth, it changes the way you approach challenges. The enemy may try to make their move, but as a chosen one, you're operating on a frequency they can't even comprehend. The attacks don't stick because they can't even grasp who you are or what you carry. Have you ever paused to consider the significance of your divine protection? The attacks that don't touch you, the struggles that don't break you, they're not random. They're proof that God has sealed your destiny with His protection. Just as a lighthouse stands strong against crashing waves, so too does God's divine shield keep you safe from the forces that seek to destroy you. So, what does this mean for your life today? How will you walk in the knowledge that your soul vibrates on a level demons can't touch? It means you can live with confidence, knowing that no matter what darkness attempts to surround you, you are above it. You are untouchable, protected, and elevated. Your very existence is a testament to God's power and divine favor. In their eyes, you are an untouchable mystery, a shining light in a world full of darkness, and that is a power they can never understand. Number 2, God's contract over your life is non-negotiable, an unbreakable promise that stands firm no matter what forces may try to interfere. Your destiny was sealed long before any dark power could even begin to imagine altering it. Imagine your life as a contract, written in divine ink, that no demon or enemy can change, no clause for modification, cancellation, or interference. It's permanent, unshakable, and, most importantly, non-negotiable. This is why you, as a chosen one, are untouchable. The enemy may attempt to attack, distract, or derail you from your path, but these attempts are futile because the end result has already been decided. Your life is a part of God's divine plan, a plan that was established before you were even born. Psalm 139:16 says, "Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be." This scripture underscores the truth that your destiny is not an afterthought. It's part of a blueprint that has been set in motion by God Himself. The protection over your life is not a reaction to attacks. It's a guarantee that no force can alter what God has decreed. The forces of darkness, whether demons or negative energies, may try to derail your journey, but they are fighting a battle that was lost before it even began. Their efforts are pointless because the divine contract over your life is unchangeable. Just as in Romans 8:31, if God is for us, who can be against us? The truth is, there is no enemy, no power, no force in existence that can overpower the divine plan God has placed for you. Each time they attempt to harm you, they only strengthen your purpose. Every attack, every challenge is absorbed by that divine contract, not just keeping you safe, but actually pushing you toward your destiny. It's like the energy they try to use to bring you down is recycled and transforms into strength that elevates you higher. This is not about luck or chance. It's about divine authority, a protection that transcends human understanding. Demons, dark forces, and all malevolent powers know this, and they fear it. They fear the authority of the one who sealed your destiny, because they know their power is nothing compared to the sovereignty of God. And this protection isn't just about shielding you from harm. It's about ensuring that every attack only leads you closer to your God-given purpose. Think about it. Have you ever faced an attack that seemed to backfire, strengthening you in the end instead of weakening you? That's no coincidence. Every effort the enemy makes to stop you only ends up pushing you closer to where you need to be. It's as though their darkness is transformed into light within you, propelling you further along the path God has set for you. The enemy may try to sow fear, doubt, or negativity, but these seeds fall on fertile ground. They grow into wisdom, strength, and unwavering faith. What would happen if you truly grasped the unshakable power of the divine contract over your life? How would your perspective change if you fully understood that every attack has already been absorbed into the divine plan for your elevation? The Bible teaches us in Isaiah 54:17, "No weapon formed against you will prevail, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you." The truth is, your divine protection doesn't just shield you, it guarantees that no matter what the enemy tries, they cannot prevail. No weapon formed against you will prosper, because the contract God has over your life is non-negotiable, and it stands unchallenged against any force that dares to come against it. So, how will you walk in this truth today? Knowing that you have divine protection and your purpose is already sealed, how can you step forward with confidence, knowing that no attack can alter what God has ordained for you? It's time to walk in the authority of your divine contract and trust that no matter what forces may come against you, you are untouchable, elevated, and destined for greatness. Number 3, demons tremble at your awareness of their manipulations. The moment you, as a chosen one, recognize how dark forces operate, their power over you is utterly shattered. Demons and negative energies thrive on manipulation, deceit, and subtle control. They rely on keeping people unaware, operating in the shadows where their tricks go unnoticed and unchallenged. But once you see through their tactics, once you realize the games they're playing, their influence evaporates. Their power is rooted in illusion, and the second you strip that illusion away, they lose any grip they may have had on your life. This is why the enemy fears your awareness. It's the key to their defeat. It's not just divine protection that keeps them at bay. It's your heightened awareness that neutralizes them completely. As a chosen one, you have the ability to see through their deception. You understand their most common tactics: fear, confusion, and doubt. These forces attempt to plant seeds of negativity in your mind, hoping you will water them with your own energy, growing them into destructive thoughts and actions. But the moment you become aware of how they operate, those seeds can't take root. They can't manipulate someone who already sees through their schemes. You stop being a pawn in their game because you refuse to follow their rules. Think about it. When you see a magician performing a trick, the illusion loses its power the moment you understand how it's done. Similarly, when you understand the enemy's strategies, they lose their ability to control you. Your awareness is like a magnifying glass, revealing the tricks and lies that they try to conceal in darkness. In the Bible, we see examples of people who were deceived until their eyes were opened. In 2 Corinthians 11:14, we're reminded, "And no wonder, for Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light." When we are unaware, it's easy to be misled, but once you realize the true nature of the enemy, they lose all their power. This is why demons fear chosen ones, because you can see through the lies they use to entrap others. Your awareness isn't just a shield, it's a sword. It cuts through their illusions with every thought that is aligned with truth and light. Demons are not afraid just because you're protected by God, but because you possess the spiritual clarity to expose their deceptions. It's almost like having a superpower that renders their entire strategy useless. Every tactic they use to ensnare you falls apart when exposed to the light. They cannot control what they cannot deceive. Their greatest fear isn't your protection, it's that you know exactly what they're up to. The moment you see through their schemes, they are left powerless. They no longer have any leverage, and you walk through life untouchable, not because you are shielded, but because you are wise to their tactics. And that truth, that wisdom, sends them running in fear. Have you ever noticed how the enemy tries to sow seeds of doubt when you're about to make a breakthrough? This is one of their favorite tricks, making you question your worth, your abilities, or your faith. But when you become aware of these attacks, they lose their sting. Instead of letting these negative thoughts take root, you counter them with truth, with the knowledge that you are already victorious. 1 Peter 5:8-9 warns us to be alert because the enemy prowls like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. But what if we are already alert to their schemes? What if we recognize their moves before they even have a chance to make them? In that case, they are left powerless, and we walk forward, untouchable and unshaken. The real reason dark forces fear you is that you are no longer blind to their strategies. You see the truth, and the truth makes them flee. They may try to attack, but the moment they do, you are already one step ahead, cutting through their lies and manipulation. Your awareness is your power. It's not just that you're protected, it's that you're wise enough to recognize the tactics of the enemy, and that wisdom makes them powerless. This is why, as a chosen one, you are untouchable. You know the truth, and the truth sets you free from every trick the enemy tries to play. Number 4. The battle was over before it even began. From the very moment you were chosen, your victory was already sealed. Demons and dark forces may have strategized, plotted their traps, and prepared their attacks. But what they failed to realize is that you had already won the battle. Your destiny was written long before they even thought to interfere, and it was sealed in such a way that no force, no matter how malicious or cunning, could alter its course. Every move they make is futile because the outcome was determined from the very beginning. Think about it. The enemy spends so much time and energy trying to come against you, but they are playing a game they've already lost. They plot, they scheme, they create chaos and confusion, but no matter what they do, nothing sticks. Every plan they devise fails before it even gets off the ground. It's almost as if they're running in circles, desperately trying to attack someone who's already beyond their reach. Have you ever wondered why their attacks don't seem to have any lasting effect on you? It's because your life is intertwined with a divine purpose that they simply cannot touch. Psalm 37:23 reminds us, "The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delights in his way." When your steps are ordered by God, the enemy can't change the direction you are going. What's truly fascinating is that the dark forces don't even realize they've already lost until they try to move against you. Every time they attempt to strike, they are met with the harsh reality that their efforts are entirely pointless. It's like watching someone throw punches at thin air. Every strike they make misses its mark. They are operating in vain because your protection is anchored in a higher realm, one that they can't even comprehend. God's divine plan for you is so far above their pay grade, so far beyond their reach, that no matter what they do, it's like they are fighting against an impenetrable wall. The truth is, the battle was decided long before it began. Your purpose, your path, and your victory were all established before the enemy even had a chance to strategize. In Isaiah 14:27 it says, "For the Lord of hosts has purposed, and who will annul it? His hand is stretched out, and who will turn it back?" God's plan for your life is unshakable and unchangeable. No matter how hard the enemy tries, they cannot overturn what God has already declared. This divine protection doesn't just shield you from harm, it guarantees that no matter what comes against you, you will prevail. The enemy might try to distract, distort, or disturb your peace, but their efforts are doomed to fail. Every time they attempt to launch an attack, they are reminded of the futility of their mission. They are fighting a battle that was lost before it even started. And the reason you are truly untouchable is because your destiny has already been written. God's plan for your life is so far above the reach of the enemy that they cannot even touch it. They may try, but their efforts are as powerless as throwing punches at the air. Think about your life for a moment. Have you ever felt like you were up against forces that seemed overwhelming, only to realize that you've already won? The enemy may have tried to derail your purpose, but time and time again, you find yourself moving forward, unharmed and unshaken. That's not by chance, that's divine destiny in action. The battle isn't even a contest, because the outcome was determined long ago. God's plan for you is irrevocable, and no demon in hell can change that. This is what makes you untouchable, the assurance that your victory is guaranteed. Demons can try, but they can never win. Your destiny is already written, and no attack can change the ending. When you walk in this truth, you can face every trial, every obstacle, with the confidence that you are already victorious. The enemy is fighting a losing battle, and you are walking in a victory that has been sealed for all eternity. Number 5. Demons can't thrive in the presence of true authority. They simply can't survive when you walk into a room because of the unparalleled spiritual authority you carry as a chosen one. It's not just that they avoid you, they cannot handle being anywhere near you. The power within you is so immense that they cannot coexist with it. You don't just walk through life protected, you walk with divine authority that makes dark forces scatter the moment you show up. It's as though you're surrounded by an invisible force field. But it's much stronger than that. It's an undeniable magnetic presence, something so powerful that demons don't just avoid it, they fear it. Dark forces thrive in environments filled with chaos, fear, and confusion. They feed off of these negative energies, manipulating situations where doubt and uncertainty prevail. But the moment someone who carries divine authority enters the scene, it's over for them. The chaos they depend on begins to unravel. Their ability to manipulate fades, and they no longer have a hold on their environment. When you carry that level of spiritual authority, you don't even have to fight them off. They flee on their own. It's like they're allergic to the very energy you bring into the room. Have you ever noticed how, in times of intense spiritual warfare, the moment you speak with authority, the atmosphere shifts? That's not coincidence. That's the power of divine authority at work. Demons are highly perceptive. They can sense authority long before you even say a word. As soon as you step into their presence, they know exactly who you are and what you carry. And that's why they don't bother to try to mess with you directly. They know it's futile. They understand that coming against you is like stepping into a battle they have no chance of winning. It's not just that you are protected. It's that you embody a power that's beyond their comprehension, a power that is untouchable to them. Ephesians 6:10 tells us, "Be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his might." The power you carry is rooted in God's might, and that makes you a force they cannot challenge. This isn't just about survival, it's about spiritual dominance. You don't just exist in the presence of dark forces, you disrupt their very existence. They cannot stand in the face of the authority God has placed in you. It's like the sun rising and scattering the darkness. The enemy may try to make a move, but they are fully aware that they cannot defeat what they cannot comprehend. This authority you walk in is not something that comes from yourself. It's a gift from God, given to you for a purpose, and that power commands respect. Just like how the wind can't challenge the sky, demons can't challenge the authority you carry. This is why, when you stand firm in your identity as God's chosen, you become untouchable. The forces of darkness may try to surround you, but they are helpless in your presence. They can't thrive in the environment you create, the environment of truth, light, and authority. As a chosen one, you're not just walking through life. You are walking in a realm of divine authority that makes darkness flee. Psalm 27:1 affirms, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear?" The answer, no one and nothing, because you are armed with the ultimate authority, the power of the Most High. When you fully understand this truth, how does it change the way you approach life's challenges? Knowing that the enemy can't thrive near you, what will you do with the authority God has placed in you? You don't need to fight every battle because you already carry the victory. The enemy knows it, and so should you. The next time darkness tries to surround you, remember that you carry the authority to make it flee. You are not just protected, you are a force of divine dominance, and nothing can stand against you. Number 6, your energy is a divine firewall, and demons are powerless against it. Fear is the primary tool demons use to gain control over people's lives. It's their favorite tactic, the one they rely on the most to manipulate and destabilize. They know that if they can make you afraid, they can steer you away from your purpose and weaken your resolve. Fear is a gateway to hesitation, doubt, and a feeling of powerlessness. Exactly the kind of vulnerability dark forces want to exploit. But here's the truth. Chosen ones don't operate in fear. You've been set apart by God, and because of that, fear has no place in your life. When a chosen one enters the scene, the very fear that demons rely on begins to evaporate. It's not that you never face challenging or intimidating situations, but fear does not rule you. You approach life with a different mindset, one that is firmly rooted in faith, confidence, and the assurance that your path is guided by something much greater than the threats or circumstances that may surround you. Fear might knock on the door, but it never gets invited in. This is what truly makes you untouchable. Demons can't get a foothold in your life because you're not responding to their attacks with fear. Instead, you act with purpose, clarity, and divine authority. When demons try to stir up anxiety, doubt, and confusion, they are met with an immovable force. They see that you are unshaken, unmoved by the chaos they try to stir. They can sense that your energy comes from a higher place, a place of divine protection that they cannot touch. Their entire strategy relies on the idea that you will react out of fear, acting rashly, making impulsive decisions, or losing hope. But when they see you walking with certainty, they realize their efforts are in vain. Fear may have been a powerful weapon in their arsenal, but it becomes utterly useless when faced with someone like you. The Bible reinforces this truth in 2 Timothy 1:7, which says, "For God gave us a spirit, not of fear, but of power and love and self-control." This scripture serves as a reminder that fear is not your inheritance. As a chosen one, you are empowered with a spirit of courage and strength, and demons cannot contend with that. They know that the more you stand firm in your faith, the more powerless they become. Each time they attempt to provoke fear in you and fail, they lose ground. The more you show that you're not controlled by fear, the more they realize they cannot touch you. Their manipulative tactics begin to backfire, and the power they once had over you fades away. When you refuse to be moved by fear, demons have no choice but to retreat, because they understand that they are fighting a battle they cannot win. This divine firewall you carry, one made of faith, clarity, and inner strength, becomes an impenetrable shield. It's like a spiritual force field that makes it impossible for dark forces to penetrate. When you live in this truth, grounded in unwavering faith and divine confidence, you stand as an untouchable force. Fear cannot take root in your heart because you know who you are and whose you are. The enemy might try to make their move, but every time they attempt to instill fear, it only shows them one thing: they are powerless against the power of faith. They retreat, not because you're physically shielded, but because your energy, your unwavering trust in God's protection, is a force they can't overcome. So, how do you walk in this truth every day? What does it look like to live completely free from fear, grounded in the unshakable confidence that God has already secured your victory? Demons may try, but your faith, clarity, and inner strength will always leave them powerless. And when fear tries to knock, you can stand firm, knowing that it can never cross the threshold of your divine protection. Number 7, the fear in their eyes is real. Chosen ones aren't just protected from dark forces, they actively confuse them. Demons and negative entities operate based on patterns, habits, and weaknesses. They study people, learning where they can exploit fear, insecurity, and doubt to control or manipulate. Their strategy is simple. If they can create chaos within you, they can lead you astray. But when it comes to chosen ones, it's an entirely different game. You don't fit their mold, and that throws them off completely. Your actions don't follow the script they expect, and that unpredictability disorients them. Imagine trying to play chess with someone who's playing an entirely different game. Demons try to predict your next move, but because you're not playing by their rules, they can't anticipate what comes next. This confusion doesn't just frustrate them, it weakens them. You see, demons rely on their ability to anticipate and control human behavior. When they can predict your moves, they can manipulate outcomes by pushing the right emotional triggers: fear, doubt, and insecurity. But when they can't predict your responses, they're left powerless, scrambling to figure out how to manipulate you. It's like they're trying to follow a script that's already been rewritten. Their predictable tactics, which work on most people, fall flat with you. Where most people get caught in cycles of fear or failure, you're moving on a higher plane, guided by divine wisdom that they cannot understand or control. Instead of reacting with fear, you act with purpose and confidence, rooted in a deep trust that God is guiding your every step. And this unsettles them even more. They are used to seeing people react with insecurity, doubt, or hesitation when their buttons are pushed, but you don't respond in the same way. You're not giving them the emotional reactions they're accustomed to exploiting. This leaves them with nothing to grab onto. The more they try to figure you out, the more confused they become. You leave them no room to manipulate you because your thoughts, actions, and decisions are aligned with a purpose they cannot comprehend. It's as if you're operating on a different wavelength, one they can't tune into. The Bible speaks to this in Romans 8:6, where it says, "The mind governed by the Spirit is life and peace." The peace and clarity you operate in disrupts the enemy's ability to control you. They can't predict your next move because you are grounded in divine guidance, a wisdom that's far beyond their reach. This spiritual dissonance, the fact that they can't align with you or predict your moves, is a form of divine protection. They can't manipulate what they can't understand, and this frustrates and weakens them. While they're busy trying to figure out who you are, trying to control your thoughts or actions, you're already steps ahead, moving in divine purpose. You're untouchable, not because you are immune to attacks, but because the very way you move disrupts their plans. They are left scrambling, unable to get a grip on you while you keep advancing out of their reach. So, the next time the enemy tries to make a move, Recognize that your unpredictability is your strength. You are not bound by the same limitations they try to impose on others. They can't manipulate what they don't understand. The fear they try to sow in others is powerless in your life because you are operating on a higher frequency. While they struggle to predict your moves, you are already aligned with divine purpose, walking in authority and strength, untouchable and ahead of the game. Number 8, your destiny is tied to a greater mission, and that mission is guarded by a peace that demons cannot touch. Chosen ones possess something special, a deep, unshakable inner peace that no dark force can penetrate. This peace doesn't come from living a life without struggle or challenges. In fact, chosen ones often face more obstacles and hardships than most. But the key difference is that your peace isn't based on external circumstances. It comes from within, rooted in your connection to a higher power that keeps you grounded no matter what storms rage around you. Demons thrive on chaos. They create confusion, stir up drama, and spread fear, hoping to knock people off balance and keep them in a constant state of anxiety. But when you carry inner peace, all of their efforts are rendered powerless. It's like trying to start a fire in the rain. It just won't catch. No matter how much they try to throw disorder into your life, you remain steady. Your peace makes you untouchable in their eyes. They don't know how to shake you, how to make you panic or fear. While they frantically stir the pot, expecting you to lose your footing, you walk through the storm as if it's nothing, because you are grounded in something far greater than the chaos they try to create. This peace doesn't just frustrate demons, it weakens their hold over you. Their entire strategy is built around creating chaos and getting people to react emotionally, to be overwhelmed and driven into fear and doubt. But when you stay anchored in peace, they lose their grip. You're not reacting to their manipulations, so they have no control over you. They cannot manipulate someone who is unshaken, someone whose soul is rooted in divine peace. Psalm 46:10 reminds us, "Be still and know that I am God." In the midst of every trial, every attack, your stillness, your peace, is a declaration of faith in God's sovereignty. Here's the real kicker. The more they try to disturb your peace, the stronger it becomes. Every attempt they make to throw you off balance only reinforces the truth that your peace is untouchable. It's as if their attempts to disrupt you are absorbed into that peace, making it even more solid and unshakable. Each trial they send your way only serves to increase your inner strength. They may try to rattle you, but all they're doing is reinforcing the fact that your peace cannot be disturbed. It's a divine, unbreakable shield that grows stronger with every attack. This peace is not just a form of protection, it is your greatest weapon. It is the weapon that demons cannot overcome, the weapon that keeps them at bay, and the weapon that ensures your soul remains undisturbed. Your peace is a reflection of the authority and power that God has placed within you. When you walk through life with that kind of calm presence, the enemy has no choice but to retreat, because they realize they cannot affect what is already anchored in divine peace. So, how will you walk today, knowing that your peace is your greatest weapon? When the storms of life try to throw you off course, remember that your inner peace, rooted in God, makes you untouchable. No force in hell can disturb the calm that you carry within you. With every challenge you face, that peace only grows stronger, ensuring that you remain aligned with your divine purpose, unstoppable and unaffected by the chaos around you. Number 9. Your name is spoken in realms you can't see. This isn't just a metaphorical statement or a poetic flourish. It's a serious reality that sends a clear message to the forces of darkness. You might think of your name as something your parents chose, a way to identify yourself in a world full of billions of people. But the truth is, your name carries weight far beyond what most people can comprehend. Demonic forces are well aware of your name, and they know the divine authority attached to it. They understand that your identity is linked to something much greater than you can see. And let's be clear about something. Demons aren't just afraid of you. They are terrified of the consequences that come when they mess with you. Picture this: demons gathered around a dark conference table, whispering over their plans, maybe sipping their eerie cups of coffee, discussing whether they should target you. As they go over their options, they quickly realize that your name is not just any name. It's on a celestial list, a list with a giant red warning label attached. Warning: touch at your own peril. It's as if you have a neon sign above your head flashing, divine protection in place. Proceed with extreme caution. Their risk assessment doesn't take long. They know that going after you could result in far more than they bargained for. It's like trying to rob a bank that's been magically shielded. You don't even know where to start. Why bother? Their odds of success are slim to none. Targeting you isn't just a bad idea. It's a spiritual no-no that could have eternal consequences. Their entire existence is based on manipulating people, pushing them toward fear, doubt, and confusion. But with you, they face something completely different. A chosen one, with divine backing so strong that it turns any attack into a futile attempt. The enemy knows they aren't just dealing with an ordinary person. They're facing someone who carries the full weight of divine protection. It's like trying to break through an unbreakable wall. Demons may choose to target the unsuspecting, those who are vulnerable to their influence, but you are not one of them. You are shielded by forces they cannot see, cannot comprehend, and cannot touch. Psalm 91:11 tells us, "For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways." This is the reality of the protection you carry. They may whisper your name in the darkness, but it's not out of an attempt to invoke power over you. No, they whisper because they are afraid of what happens when they even think about coming after you. The moment they consider targeting you, they realize they are signing up for spiritual defeat. Their plan of attack is doomed from the start because they know they will face consequences far greater than they can endure. The cosmic forces, those powers of divine protection, will remind them swiftly and decisively that you are off limits. Their attempt to harm you will be met with a spiritual force so strong it renders them powerless. It's like they've stepped into a trap they can't escape, and before they even get close, they know they're better off looking for easier prey. They can try, but the moment they make that move, they sign their own spiritual demise. Have you ever wondered why, despite all the enemy's attempts, you're always protected, always moving forward? It's because your name is spoken in realms they cannot reach. When they say your name in the shadows, it's not out of any hope of gaining power over you. It's because they know you're untouchable. God has sealed you with his protection, and the forces of darkness know they are no match for what surrounds you. You are a walking reminder that the enemy is defeated, and no matter how hard they try, they can never overcome the divine authority that stands in your defense. Number 10. Your light exposes their darkness. Demons are like cockroaches that scurry for cover when the lights come on. They thrive in darkness, in the hidden corners of fear, doubt, and confusion. This is where they do their best work, manipulating situations, sowing seeds of chaos, and deceiving people. Darkness is their domain, where they are free to operate unnoticed, pulling strings behind the scenes. But when chosen ones walk into a room, it's like flipping on a bright, glaring light. In that instant, the darkness is pierced and the demons are exposed for what they truly are, powerless and pathetic. Your light is not just a metaphor, it's a powerful force that illuminates their very nature, revealing the deception they thrive on. It's not about doing anything overtly dramatic or flashy. Simply by being your authentic, God aligned self, you bring a clarity that exposes their tricks and deceit. Demons rely on shadows to confuse and mislead people, to create a sense of uncertainty and fear. But when you enter the picture, that darkness fades away. Your presence alone dissolves their smoke and mirrors, rendering their strategies ineffective. They can no longer hide behind their lies, their fear tactics, or their manipulations. The very act of you being you, rooted in truth, light, and divine purpose, exposes them for the empty, powerless forces they are. This exposure is terrifying for demons. Imagine the shock and frustration they experience when they realize their attempts to manipulate you have failed. Your light has unmasked their game, and they cannot do a thing about it. They want to thrive in secrecy, pulling the strings from behind the scenes, but you are the spotlight that brings everything into sharp focus. It's like they're trying to perform a magic trick, only for you to reveal the hidden trapdoor they were using to deceive others. The moment you step into the room, their entire act falls apart. The Bible teaches us that the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. John 1:5. This is the truth that demons fear. The light of God within you cannot be overcome, and it makes their darkness crumble. Even the top demons know they can't touch you. They're fully aware that you bring the kind of exposure that breaks down their power. When they try to make a move, they are faced with the truth that their darkness has no place around you. They may hiss and snarl in frustration, but deep down, they know they are powerless against the light you carry. Your light doesn't just illuminate their darkness, it completely renders it powerless. Every time you shine, the enemy's influence weakens, and their control over your life is shattered. You walk through life with a clarity that reveals their true nature, making it clear to everyone that the shadows have no hold over you. They are powerless in the face of the light you carry, and each step you take in that light brings greater freedom. This isn't just a personal victory, it's a cosmic reminder that darkness can never compete with the power of God's light. Every time you stand firm in the light of truth, the enemy is exposed for the weak and deceptive force they truly are, and their power is stripped away. Think about it. Every time you walk into a situation where the enemy has tried to control, manipulate, or create confusion, your very presence reveals their lies. What would happen if you fully embraced the power of your light? How much more effective would you be in exposing the darkness around you, leaving the enemy with no choice but to retreat? You are a living testament that darkness cannot withstand the light of God. It is only a matter of time before every force of evil is unmasked and defeated. Number 11. You're a walking rebuke to darkness. Your very existence is like a thunderclap in the stillness of the night, a bold, undeniable declaration that darkness has no place here. Just by being who you are, you embody a living rebuke to everything that dark forces stand for. It's as if your presence alone sends shivers down their spines, forcing them to confront the undeniable truth that they are not the ultimate authority in this world. You are a living testament to light, love, and divine purpose, everything they fear and despise. You challenge the very foundation of their existence, disrupting everything they thrive on: fear, manipulation, and chaos. Think about it. Every time you take a breath, you breathe life into hope, faith, and purpose, countering the despair and hopelessness that demons want to sow in the hearts of others. Your very essence sends a message, loud and clear: I am here, and I refuse to be silenced. This audacity terrifies them. They can't touch you, not because you're simply protected, but because they recognize that you carry something far more powerful: the ability to dismantle their influence with a single thought aligned with God's will. Your very existence exposes their weakness and forces them to reckon with the truth that they cannot overcome the light within you. Imagine the sheer panic in their ranks as they realize that they are up against someone whose very nature challenges their existence. It's not just your actions, but your thoughts, intentions, and heart that resonate with divine power. When you align your mind with God's purpose, it's like dropping a spiritual bomb in their midst, causing their carefully constructed webs of darkness to collapse. They see this, and they know they're facing an unstoppable force. This is why they avoid you at all costs. They can't afford to engage with someone whose very presence exposes their lies and manipulations. You aren't just another person walking through life. You are a living contradiction to the very fabric of darkness itself. The moment they even think about confronting you, the sheer power of your being sends them into retreat. You don't need to shout or fight. Your existence alone is enough to send them scattering like cockroaches when the lights come on. This is the ultimate reminder to them that they can't compete with the truth and light you carry. The more you stand firm in who you are, rooted in the truth of God's purpose, the more their power crumbles, unable to resist the brilliance of divine truth. This isn't just about protecting yourself. It's about becoming an undeniable force in the world, a living testimony that darkness cannot stand in the light. By simply being yourself, you challenge every plan the enemy has set against you. You expose their weakness, rendering them powerless. Every action you take, every word you speak, sends a wave of disruption through the forces of darkness, reminding them that no matter how hard they try, they can never overcome the truth and light that you carry. This is the power you wield, simply by being who you are. And that is their greatest fear. Your presence, your very essence, is a living rebuke to everything they stand for. Number 12. Divine assignment means supernatural reinforcement. Your life is not just a journey, it's a divine assignment, one that comes with supernatural reinforcement most people can't even begin to comprehend. While others might feel isolated in their struggles, you walk with celestial armies standing by your side, ready to intervene in ways that transcend human understanding. But don't get it twisted. These aren't just your run-of-the-mill guardians offering a casual pep talk. No, these are divine enforcers, spiritually empowered beings committed to your purpose, going far beyond mere protection to actively clear your path and fortify your every move. Imagine the magnitude of knowing that every step you take is supported by forces that exist beyond anything your eyes can see. You don't just have angels watching over you. You have a battalion of celestial beings whose sole purpose is to ensure your journey remains unimpeded, no matter the challenges that arise. Think of them as cosmic bodyguards, but they aren't just keeping the bad stuff away. They're actively working to clear obstacles from your path, making sure you continue forward with confidence and divine purpose. They move mountains for you, shifting the spiritual currents to keep you aligned with the destiny God has laid out for you. When you are walking in a divine assignment as significant as yours, the universe itself aligns to support you in miraculous ways. Every decision, every movement is reinforced by these higher powers, guiding and protecting you in ways that surpass any understanding you have of your own path. Imagine your life as a grand tapestry, each thread of divine intervention woven into your story. These enforcers don't just keep the negativity at bay, they make sure only the right vibrations make it through to your journey. You are surrounded by supernatural reinforcement, an invisible but undeniable force that strengthens you with each passing moment. Every setback, every struggle is met with immediate action from this divine team. You may not always see them, but they are actively at work behind the scenes, clearing spiritual roadblocks, aligning the stars, and ensuring that you stay on course with your true calling. Think about it. When dark forces try to interfere, these enforcers step in, transforming what looked like a roadblock into a simple speed bump. The obstacles that would have derailed others only become opportunities for you to rise higher. You're not just surviving, you're thriving. Each challenge becomes part of a larger, beautifully orchestrated plan that works in your favor, turning potential setbacks into triumphs. So, when life throws challenges your way, remember this: you are never alone. You have the unwavering support of celestial beings who are there to ensure that nothing derails your destiny. You are walking in an extraordinary reality, surrounded by divine reinforcement, and this makes you a force to be reckoned with. The path ahead may not always be easy, but with the backing of the supernatural, every obstacle becomes an opportunity to grow stronger and move closer to your divine purpose. Your life is a testament to the power of divine alignment, and the more you embrace this reality, the more unstoppable you become. As we reflect on the extraordinary truth of your divine assignment, it becomes abundantly clear that you are far more than just a traveler on this earthly plane. You are a beacon of light, a living embodiment of purpose, and an unstoppable force designed to make an impact that echoes through eternity. The challenges you face are not mere obstacles. They are divine opportunities for the power within you to be showcased, magnifying the strength and resilience that have been endowed upon you. With angelic armies standing guard at your side, your path is not only protected, it is purposefully paved and reinforced by supernatural energies that respond to every step you take, ensuring that nothing can derail you from your divine mission. Every breath you take is a bold declaration of your unwavering resilience, a challenge to the darkness that seeks to encroach upon your destiny. You are a living testament to the truth that you are never alone in this journey. The universe itself conspires in your favor, aligning every moment to keep you connected to your highest purpose. Even when the darkness whispers doubts, fears, and attempts to dissuade you, your light shines brighter than any shadow can withstand. In the face of opposition, you are a walking rebuke to negativity and chaos, embodying hope and strength in a world that often seems overwhelmed by uncertainty. Your very existence challenges the core of darkness, exposing its limitations and illuminating the boundless possibilities that arise when you align your life with divine will. Your light not only protects you, it actively dismantles the forces of darkness, revealing their powerlessness in the face of divine authority. As you move forward, carry this truth in your heart. You are not just destined for greatness, you are divinely reinforced, fortified by the very essence of God's love, power, and purpose. Every step you take sends ripples through realms unseen, a clear message to the dark forces. They are powerless against the light you carry. Embrace your role as a chosen one, for your presence is essential to the world. The world needs your brilliance, your unwavering strength, and the unique light that only you can shine. The heavens themselves celebrate your journey, watching with pride as you move closer to the fulfillment of your divine purpose. Let your light shine boldly and without hesitation, knowing that you are divinely reinforced, unbreakable, and unstoppable in your pursuit of the destiny you were created to fulfill. The path ahead may be filled with challenges, but with divine power and protection, you are destined to overcome every obstacle and emerge victorious. As we reflect on the profound truth shared today, let this be your unwavering reminder. God has placed a divine seal of protection over your life, a seal that cannot be broken by any force of darkness. No matter how powerful the opposition may seem, even the most cunning and relentless forces of evil cannot penetrate the shield that God has wrapped around you. Your destiny is secured, your purpose is anointed, and your life is held firmly in the hands of the Almighty. As it is written in Isaiah 54:17, No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. You are not only protected, you are victorious, because the battle has already been won by the Lord. In moments of uncertainty, remember that God's angels are assigned to guard you on every path, just as Psalm 91:11 promises. His plans for your life are greater than anything you could imagine, and His presence goes before you, ensuring that every step you take is aligned with His will. Do not let fear or doubt creep into your heart, for God's power within you is far greater than the forces of darkness around you. You were chosen, loved, and called to stand as a beacon of light in this world, a testament to His glory. If this message has touched your heart, brought peace to your spirit, or renewed your faith in God's promises, we humbly invite you to support our ministry by donating through Super Thanks. Your contributions enable us to continue sharing these messages of hope, faith, and encouragement with people all over the world. Even if you are unable to give, please know how deeply we appreciate your time, your prayers, and your presence here. Each of you is a vital part of this community, and we are so thankful to have you walking alongside us in this mission. Before you go, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel. By doing so, you ensure that you won't miss future messages designed to strengthen and uplift your walk with Christ. We also encourage you to share this message with someone who may need to hear it today. Together, we can spread the good news of God's protection and love to those who need it most. Your voice matters here, so we would love for you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Whether it's a personal testimony, a prayer request, or a word of encouragement for others, your words could inspire someone in ways you may never know. As you step forward into the rest of your day, carry this truth with you. You are never alone, for God Himself is your refuge. He is watching over you, guiding you, and protecting you from every plan of the enemy. May His favor go before you, His peace fill your heart, and His blessings overflow in every area of your life. Thank you for being part of this journey, and may the light of His presence continue to shine brightly in you and through you. Stay faithful, stay strong, and most of all, stay blessed. You are deeply loved.